So now I'm going to show you the software from the perspective of a small manufacturer or a trading based business. Now, if you can see, if you just log into the ProfitBooks, this is the screen that will be shown to you. So it will consist of an income and expense overview where you will get an idea regarding the cash flow with respect to your business. So whenever you're creating any kind of entries, be it invoices and expenses, we'll be logging those and we'll be giving you this kind of a bar graph, which will give you the perfect idea regarding the next financial decision that you're going to take. At the right, we also have recent activities where you can see all the activities regarding when some payment has been made or when certain invoice was marked as paid. So you can find detailed logs regarding that as well. If you scroll at the bottom, what you'll also see is your top 15 selling items. So whichever items of yours are getting sold the most, you'll see it right from here. Then you'll also be able to see your cash and bank balances, which will basically give you an idea regarding how much cash you have and how much money you have in your bank accounts. What you'll also be able to see here is invoices by status. So be it how many are unpaid, how many are paid, how many are in draft, you will be able to find out from this visualization in the form of a pie chart. Then what you'll also be able to see is your top 5 unpaid invoices, which are basically categorized by value and how long they have been overdue. So you can get on top of your payments as quickly as possible to improve cash flow of your business. At the same time, you always want to keep your vendors happy. So that's why we have also provided an option there for top 5 payables. So there you will be able to find out which are the vendors for which you have probably not paid yet and probably should. So this will give you a complete idea regarding your business in just one screen. Now I would just wanted to start by showing you how you can add a specific product or an inventory based product inside the software. Now the way to do that is to go under items right here, then you go to products and services, and then you click a new product from here. Now this is going to be an inventory based product. So what we are going to do here is we need to add the correct unit of measure and we also need to enable the inventory. So I'll just enter the product name. So let's just say test product for demo video. All right, then I'll add the unit of measure. Let's just say pieces. Then I'll just say I enable inventory for this. So every product for which you want the software to track the inventory, you need to ensure you have ticked this. So here you will need to add your opening stock, which is basically the stock that you have right now. So if you can see, we have already added a number of warehouses. You can just mention the quantity right here. I'll just say 100 and unit price, I'll maybe just say 50. And then I'll just click save. Now here note that this has been added in the default warehouse, but basically you can add it for multiple warehouses as well. Now I'm just going to save it right here. Now of course this is a product which we are trading, which means that there is going to be a sales price, but there is always going to be a purchase price as well. So with respect to the purchase price, I'm going to set the purchase price as, let's say 50, and the sales price that I have here, I'm going to save it as 100, and then I'm just going to save this. Now what will happen is whatever the price that I've entered right here, it will be populated whenever I'm requesting the product from the drop down list as an invoice or as a purchase as well. Now as soon as we save the product, it will show me that this is the store in which the software shows that this is the store in which those products have been saved, and there are about 100 items in that specific default warehouse. Now let's say that you wanted to sell some of these, or a customer just came to you and they requested for this product. Then what you need to do? Then what you need to do basically is to create an invoice. So you can create an invoice from the left hand side from the invoices page right here, or you can just go on the new button at the top and then create a new invoice. Now once you click on new invoice, basically a new screen will pop up, which is kind of a form which requests all the different information required to generate an invoice. So this would include the mention of your customer. So if that has not been added in the drop down list right here, then you can click on the new customer and right away add that customer as well. So you can easily create a new invoice on the go every single time. You don't need to navigate a bunch of different screens to just create one invoice. You can directly do it from here itself. Now, as soon as you select this invoice, you can just pick up maybe one customer that you have. Then you can select the invoice title. Then you can enter the date of issue. So depending on this, it will show you when the invoice was generated and what the due date was. So you can just play around with it, and you can just find out which is the right due date that you want to set, and then you can just save that, and it will show that the invoice is due for that specific date. Now right here at the bottom, whatever test product that we had added, you can just select it, or the product that you have added, you can just select it from the drop down list. If you see, as soon as I start typing, it shows test product for demo video. I select this, and as you can see at the bottom right here, it will show me that the current number of pieces which are available is 100. So maybe if the customer has requested 5, so I'm just going to add 5 right here. Maybe there is some sales tax applicable here, right here, so you can just pick sales tax as well. Now inside the software, you can save multiple taxes. You can do it from the accounting taxes screen right here. It is again very easy. You can just do it so that the tax field can be applied correctly. Now normally with inventory based businesses, sometimes there are other charges on the invoice. For example, this could be a shipping charge, or this could be maybe a travel based charge. So you can just set it up inside the software and add it right there in the invoice. So every single thing that you need to take from your customer regarding pricing, may be the price of the product, maybe taxes, maybe charges, you can just mention that in the invoice so that we can do the accounting as accurately as possible. Now, if I scroll at the bottom, what I'll also see is customer notes and terms and conditions. So these are some things which have been set up once, and they are available on every single invoice that you generate. What this does is it saves you time, and it's more practical to just save it once and then keep on sharing the invoices. Moreover, what you can also do is you can also create something called as a multi-currency invoice. So if you're sending your products outside of your country and you want to send the invoices there, then you can also say that yes to export invoice, and then it will basically mark this as a multi-currency invoice. But basically, if all the details have been filled up correctly, then you can just click on save right here, and the invoice will be generated. Okay, now as soon as this invoice is generated, you can either email it to your customers, or you can take a PDF from it right here. So if I click on the PDF right here, this is what it looks like. Okay, so you will see that it is 5 quantity has been sold, and this is the amount, and this is the tax amount, and this is the total amount that the customer needs to pay. Even the terms and conditions and customer notes are clearly visible. Now, once you have seen that everything in the invoice has been correctly mentioned, like I mentioned that you can directly email it to your customers, but once it has been emailed, that you also would need to accept the payment from your customers. Now in ProfitBooks, you can either create directly a payment link, and then they pay via that payment link, and then you receive the payment and the receipt gets added, or you will need to manually add the receipt. Now if you see, by default every invoice will be marked as unpaid, but whenever you add a payment, if it is a complete payment, then this unpaid will change to paid. So let me just do that for you right in front of you. So I'll just say that okay, the customer has paid me, and the money is getting deposited, maybe in cash in hand, maybe they're paying in cash, and then I have saved it, and this is the amount 540 that I am supposed to receive. The moment I click save, the software will get updated, and the invoice will be marked as paid. Now once the invoice has been marked as paid, and once I've created the invoice, what will happen is that since I previously had about 100 items and 5 of them have been sold off, then basically software will get updated with regards to the inventory aspect of it as well. So if I go to reports right now, and if I just check how much product I have in product wise stock, and if I just search for the specific product that I just created, which was test product, for demo video, you can clearly see that from 100 it has gone down to 95. So this means that we have safely sold off the 5 items, and we have also recording the financial transactions associated with it. So now that we have seen that the 5 quantity has been reduced and the number has gone down to 95, what we can also do is maybe record 5 as a purchase to just replenish our number back to 100. So the way to do that is to go right here under expenses, and you will see record purchases. Now purchases, of course, they are made from a vendor, so you can go to a new purchase right here. Then you'll be greeted with a similar screen to that of an invoice, but this is basically a purchase invoice. So here you can just record the purchase by first selecting the specific vendor. Then you can again enter the date of issue and due on. Then you enter the product for which you want to record a purchase. So here for us it's a test product demo. So quantity, instead of 100, we'll just mention 5, and straight away, just like this, we'll record the purchase. Now as soon as this purchase is recorded, you will be greeted with this screen. At the bottom you can record any kind of attachment. So if your vendors are sending you any kind of sales invoices, you can just attach it right here. And you can also make the payment to your vendor, and then you can come back to the software and click on make payment right here. The software will ask you that from which bank account you have probably made the payment. Then you can just select the correct description regarding the payment mode, and you can just fill up those details and the transaction date, and maybe even the transaction reference number. And then you can just click save, so that this purchase has been marked off as paid. Now because we have again purchased 5 quantity, I just wanted you to remember this. Previously we had 100 stock, then we sold off 5 stock, and then we have purchased that same 5 stock, or we have purchased stock for that product from our vendors. Then what should happen is that again, when we go to report section, when we go to product by stock, when we find our specific product, we will see that again the inventory has gone back to 100. And while this is done, we have also recorded the purchases and we have also recorded the invoices. Now let's have a look at certain accounting features that are available in ProfitBooks. So right here under accounting, you can basically click on chart of accounts, and from here you can add different kinds of account groups and accounts in the software. So maybe this could be your bank account, this could be your capital account, this could be maybe even your expenses account. So all of these account groups, you can add it right from here. Specifically regarding the expense accounts, maybe it's a great idea to create one expense group under the other. So a simple example there would be that of a marketing expense. So let's say if you have a marketing expense, and at the end of every month you want to figure out how much you have spent on marketing. So you could have maybe an account group at the top called as a marketing expense, and under that you might have different account groups like expenses on SEO, expenses on display advertising. So if you can create account groups under account groups, you will be able to figure out more regarding your business and more regarding where you're spending, or even for that matter where you're gaining money if the account group is an income based account group. So all of that happens right here in chart of accounts, where you can basically add those accounts. Then what you can also do is you can add taxes. So if there are certain kinds of taxes applicable for your business which we have not added in ProfitBooks, then you can just click on new tax right here and create that tax. Maybe you want to dig deeper and do even more accurate accounting for your business, then we also have the feature for recording journal entries, so that your accounting in ProfitBooks will be as accurate as possible. Now once you have covered or done the accounting aspects of, or set up the accounting aspects of the software, you can probably also have a look at the banking and the bank reconciliation aspect. So of course, every single bank account that you add inside ProfitBooks, you can reconcile it. The way to do that is by going here in the banking section and then clicking on bank reconciliation, and then just uploading your bank statement. So this will be in a CSV file. We have mentioned the sample right here. You just need to upload it and set the target bank account. And our system will then pull up all the entries associated with that bank account and create a view which looks something like this to show you how much balance we have inside the software and how much balance you have in your bank statement. Now then what you can do is you can just click on find match. If there are no records, this means that you have missed a payment, and maybe you want to add it so that your accounting is accurate. At the same time, this also works in case it's a invoice or it's a payment from your customer that you have missed. So in case that is the thing, that you can also create an entry specifically for income right here in the bank statement. So this ensures that all of your accounting associated with your bank account is correctly visualized in your accounting software, and there is a strong connect between your books of accounts and what is actually going on in your business. Now, as I have shown you this, you might have realized that okay, you are making some entries regarding income, you are making some entries regarding purchases. We also have a way for you to add expenses, so you can also make entries regarding that. Now all these entries, you might want to take some decision based on these entries in a meaningful way so that your business continues to grow. So the way to learn more about your business starts right here in the report section. So of course we have detailed reports associated with the financials of your organization. So something like balance sheet will give you a complete idea regarding the financial stability of your operation. You can generate here like this at a click of a button. All reports in ProfitBooks are essentially, you can take it out as a PDF as well as an Excel sheet. And if you want to learn more regarding specific account groups in your business, then you can just click on those links and follow them and dig deeper to learn more regarding your business essentially. Apart from financial reports, there are some other reports which are also you would see in all accounting softwares like ledgers. So you can find detailed accounting related info, or you could say detailed transaction reports regarding all the entries that you have been doing inside the software. Now what we also have is sales reports. So one report that a lot of our users keep on using is outstanding receipts, which gives them an idea regarding which of the invoices have been due and which of the payments have been pending. So if you want to follow up with your customer regarding the pending payments, then this is the report for you. Or if you find yourself often making late payments to your vendors and you don't want to do that in the future, then you can also keep an eye on outstanding payments. This will give you complete understanding regarding how much of your payments are actually due and how many you need to pay off to your vendors. Lastly, something which is specifically key for inventory based business is to see that product wise stock. So how much products do they currently have? You will see that okay, across different warehouses, these are the products that you have, and you'll be able to find every single product recorded under every single warehouse. Now what we also have here is an inventory valuation report, which will show you the total valuation of all your products. So most business owners, if I ask them what is the total valuation of the products, they are not able to say, but this report will enable you to have an understanding regarding the total inventory valuation. Then we also have something called as a product statement, which will give you an idea regarding the purchases and sales of a product over a certain period. So if you can see here, today we looked at sales and purchase of this product. We'll enter a start date and an end date, and we'll just generate it. And we'll see that okay, today we recorded sales of 5 quantity for this product amounting to USD 500, and today we also recorded a purchase associated with this product specifically amounting to 250 USD. Based on that, we had a net profit of 250. So this will give you more idea on a per product basis. So this feature or this report will also be able to help you find out which is your most profitable product, so that you will be able to grow your business much faster and get great cash flow. Lastly, in the report section, we also have certain other kinds of reports like gain or loss, maybe for multi-currency, or recent activities that I showed earlier, payroll-based reports and reimbursement-based reports. So all these reports will help you to take the right financial decisions to boost your business and also grow as an organization. Now, apart from this, inside the software, what you can also do is you can add multiple users and have them use the software. So typically in an organization, what we see is that maybe certain aspects of the organization's working are handled by certain individuals. So maybe it's a great idea to give them certain partial access to the software so that your work as a business owner reduces. So the way to do that is to go right here under employee section and click on new user right here. Then you just send them an invite link and add their email, and you also give them an access role. What this will do is it will give them a partial access. So maybe if they're working in sales, they'll only see the sales aspect of the software. If they're working as an inventory manager, they'll only see the inventory aspect of software. Once it has been sent out, then they can log into the software, create those specific entries, and you can just see what they have been doing in the reports or even in the recent activities page. So this way, multiple people in your organization can collaborate and they can work simultaneously, they can work remotely, and you as a business owner will get all the advantages as your work will be reduced and your workflow will also become more efficient. Associated with this multi-user system, we also have a slide payroll system right here. So in case you want to manage payroll and you want to run payroll, then you can just mention your pay heads and you can process salary and send out salary slips for each of your employees. What we also offer in addition to payroll-based features and invoicing expenses are dedicated inventory-based features. So let's just say that while you are selling and you're purchasing, there might be some special situations because of which you want to either add your stock or you want to reduce your stock, then you can do it from right here. Maybe what you also wanted to show was how you can basically transfer stock from one warehouse to other. So you can go to record transfer and you can do that. Or maybe you also want to record wastage, which is just record how many items have actually been wasted or how many items have been unused because of some damage to it. Then you can just click on record wastage and do that as well. So as we have seen most of the features of ProfitBooks, what I'm going to do next is show you how you can start using ProfitBooks today. The way to do that is to go here in the top right, click on company settings. Now make sure you have of course logged into the software, only then you will be able to see the screen. And then you can just enter your company details. So of course some of these details might also already be filled up for you. You can also mention your logo so that it is correctly displayed inside the software on the invoice. Then you can go to the invoice customization, or before that you can also fill up your tax details if you want that to be shown on your invoice itself. Under invoice customization, you can also pick invoice number setting. So maybe there's some existing number that you want to follow from your previous accounting software or your previous accounting system, either in Excel or on paper as well. Then you can just continue the number setting by picking one of these. You can also select an invoice title. So of course, these are the 3 titles I've already set up, but you can add it by yourself and then just save that title. Then what you can also do is you can set up some custom labels. So by default, if you see for products, we are calling it as service/product. But since you're a product-based business, then you might want to just call the label or the column mentioned in the invoice labels as product, right? No confusion for your customers. Then what we also have is quantity. So you can, currently it says QTY. If you want to just mention quantity, then you can mention it right here. Unit price, we have mentioned it as price, but maybe if you want to call it something called as like rate, then you can set it up here as well. So like this, you'll be able to set up the invoice columns itself and customize the invoice. Then you can also set up your customer notes and terms and conditions, and your invoice signature. So again, all these three things, if they are going to be on every invoice, then you can just set it up once, so you don't need to worry about it again and again. Next thing, what you need to do is you need to pick out a great invoice template. Now again, we have about 8 templates. Most of these are in A4. It's just that this thermal one, it comes out as a printout on a thermal paper. So one of those smaller machines, if you have those, then you can just take a printout of those thermal paper as well and hand it over to your customer. Now you can select either one of these invoice templates, but mind you, certain invoice templates only fit with such certain aspect of business. So be very sure regarding how the invoice looks and what purpose you're going to serve, or what kind of clientele you're going to serve. So based on that, you can just select this invoice template and just start using it. Then we have certain other preferences. Maybe there is something inside the software that we have not correctly set up, or we have not correctly provided a field for. Then maybe you want to use the custom fields to add those fields on invoices. So maybe it could be the contact person, or number of kilometers driven, or maybe certain other kinds of fields. So depending on business to business, what the custom field should depict changes. Some people also leave it blank as it is. So it is completely up to you. Then you can also set up voucher numbering. So just like for voucher numbering for every voucher, just like for invoicing. So for estimates, receipt, income, journal accounting, whatever. So for that, you will be able to set a voucher numbering. Then you can also change default labels for customer, estimate. So estimate, we are calling it quotation, and warehouses, we are calling it store. So you can change it and keep it with what you want to call those people or those entities at your specific organization. Then what you can also do is set up terms and conditions for estimates and add a maybe footer for each one of the voucher that has been generated. In ProfitBooks, you can also set up payment gateways. So there are different payment gateways that you can connect to, so that whenever you send out a payment link, they make a payment on that link. The accounting is directly updated inside the software, and your work practically just reduces into selecting the line item. That's it. We also have inventory based features. So if you see ProfitBooks, it's a multi-warehouse accounting software. So if you want to say that your products have been in certain warehouses and you want to mention that warehouse, then in setup you will need to add those warehouses right here. So you just need to set a manager, which is ideally a user who is using the software, and you can just enter the location, contact number, so that whenever you're adding the products to that screen, you will be able to see where the product is getting saved. So with this, we come to an end regarding understanding ProfitBooks for an inventory based business, which will either be a small trader or a small manufacturer. Now I understand that you might have certain questions regarding how to use the software. So I wanted to show you something very important. So in the top corner, we have something called as a help desk. So help desk, essentially it's just a support page or a support blog where we have written over 100 articles regarding all sorts of entries inside the software. So you can just start typing how to from here, and you'll get the article that you are looking for, so that you can start using ProfitBooks as soon as possible. What we also have is that you can actually log into the software, and in the bottom right corner, you can send out a message to us at any time. So you can chat with us and you can learn more. We are always active right here. You can schedule meetings or calls from here with us as well. So we are very keen into helping you get the maximum out of the software. So with that, this session comes to an end. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it to us either via chat, either via email, or even via just looking at our support pages. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you. It's Vikrant signing off. Have a great day.